I am coming to the end of my wellness journey, and this week we're getting physical. Weeping and grooving our way through the 5 rhythms with the magical Kate Shella.
It's like nothing I've ever experienced. I mean, it's about dancing, but it's so much therapy, I feel.
And working up a free of charge sweat with the Cobra Fitness Club.
Looking good.
Yes. I feel great.
For more good stuff like this, don't forget to subscribe to the British Vogue YouTube channel. I love to dance, so when I heard about 5 Rhythms, a meditation practice based around movement and music, I immediately signed up. The night before the class, we headed up to Topanga Canyon to meet my teacher, Kate Shella.
Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Who shared a little of her wisdom about the healing power of dance.
Mind the steps in your heels.
Yeah.
Topanga is a real renegade canyon. I think it really attracts reclusive artists that are very much involved in the world, but they want to return to a place that they get cocooned by. And I think throughout history, every kind of artist and performer that you can mention from the 60s and 70s has lived here at some point.
Can you tell me about 5 Rhythms? Like, where does it come from? What is it? Because I have no idea what I'm getting into. But I'm so excited.
That's even better. I mean, I actually think the less people know about things, the better in a way. Because
So should I
then
not
it's
know?
experiential.
I mean,
what you need to know is you're going to be dancing for 2 hours solidly, and I'm DJing all different kinds of music and creating a landscape for you and the group to drop into whatever needs to be attended to. So some people come to the practice because they want to meet people. Some people come because they want to lose weight. Some people come because they're really suffering, and the dance allows them to transform that. People from all walks of life, doctors, surgeons, recovering addicts, people that have just been diagnosed with cancer, people coming out of prison. I mean, just ordinary folk and extraordinary folk. And you play amazing music and you ask them to move their feet. Within seconds, they know what's going on with themselves. I'm awkward, or actually I'm ragingly angry, or I've got no energy, I'm really dangerous.
Right.
But it takes a lot of courage. You know, what's asked of people is come into a room and you haven't taken drugs and you haven't had anything to drink and you're not drinking a cup of coffee.
Right.
And you've got to have your eyes open, and you're going to be asked at times to dance with somebody else. It's really intimate, and we're longing for it.
Yeah.
And we're terrified of it.
Yeah, I mean, I love dancing so much, and my friends are always like, oh, Camille, but you just take up too much room and you're too, so I get really, I kind of describe my dance style as a mix between like surfing and Tai Chi. Like I get really low and I do a lot of, so anyway, so I'm pretty excited.
Excellent. Good archetypes to have.
I just have so many friends that are like, oh, I just don't know how to dance. You can still come to 5 Rhythms class, and you don't need to be a professional dancer, right?
God, no.
Yeah.
No. I mean, it's not a spectator sport. It's not about looking cool or good.
Right.
It's how does it feel? So the 5 Rhythms were created by a woman called Gabrielle Roth, who sadly is no longer with us. She's up there with David Bowie and Prince right now having a party. Gabrielle used to say, if you can breathe, you can dance. Mm-hmm. You know, and what about if you're in a wheelchair? What, you can't dance because you've got wheels? What about if you're blind? What about if you're deaf? What about if you've got one arm? What about if you just had your breast removed? You can't dance? No. So you are guided through a moving meditation practice that really creates a wave of energy. So you're moving the whole time at your own pace, but each rhythm is almost like its own particular map. So it's not about being, you know, beautiful and perfect, like, excuse my French, but fuck that.
Yeah.
You know, life's
I haven't
messy.
even done it, but I am so sold. I love it. I wish there were more places where you could just go and dance, and it's not about like drinking or...
Well, we know since the beginning of time, what do we know? People danced, they made music, they shared story, and they sat around fires, and they ate. And when you're not doing that, I know whoever you are, if those things aren't happening in your life, you're a pretty miserable person. That's why in Britain, everyone goes to the pub. It's like, it's community, or goes to a football match.
Yeah.
So for me, the dance has been going to the football match or going to the pub. It's just, I do it with people that go, because that's what wellness is about. That you feel good, that you feel connected, that you feel inspired, that you go, I need to do this, even if that's I need to go to a dance class or actually I need to stay home and watch a really great movie today. Wellness for me is, are you awake enough to be present to what you need? We've got so far away from hanging out with a stranger on a sofa and going, oh, this is really lovely.
This is so lovely.
So for me, it's very basic. The more you dance, the more serotonin you release, and you get happier. It's like, oh, the hemispheres just like start to balance, and you love people.
I love you. Thank you so much.
You're going to be the weeping waterfall in the middle of the room.
I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
Me too.
So last night we met Kate at her house and kind of talked about the class that we're gonna do today. I'm really excited to do it. You know, I'm slightly worried I'm gonna be doing a lot of crying. So unfortunately, cameras are not allowed inside the dance class, so there's no like self-consciousness happening, but I'll catch up with you post 2-hour 5 rhythms dance class. It feels really weird even just talking about, I don't know, it's really an experience. I'm really glad I did it alone. I went through a lot of different emotions. I cried a lot as predicted, but not necessarily when I thought I would cry. Kate, I was going through it. Oh my God, it's incredible.
Oh, you're so welcome. How are you?
I'm good. It's like nothing I've ever experienced. I mean, it's about dancing, but it's so much therapy, I feel. I felt like I was connecting a lot to different emotions, and then how do I express that? That thing, like looking at people, like truly looking at people was so wild and weirdly hard for me.
It is for most people.
Yeah.
We don't often do this except with, like, I think our children and our lovers.
Yeah.
So if you look into a stranger's eye, it's actually an act of deep intimacy, and it's terrifying. Like,
I've never done anything like this before. It was so beautiful. Thank you so much.
you're so welcome. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate that free-form barefoot dancing may not be for everyone, and that for many, a straight-up cardio session can work wonders for the body and mind.
Looking good.
Do I?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I feel great.
Not my cup of tea, but all in the name of research. Looking for an alternative to the gym or expensive classes, we hooked up with Mark Hunter, founder of the free-of-charge Cobra Fitness Club.
Are there snakes?
Just the Cobrasnake.
Hey! I handed you that one. So, Mark,
Yes.
the Cobrasnake. Can you tell me a little bit about the philosophy behind Cobra Fitness Club?
I've been a party photographer / fashion photographer for over 10 years. And over those years, I felt like shit, and I gained weight, and I was eating poorly, and I just was lethargic, and people were noticing that. And they're like, bro, what's wrong with you? You look like you're 45. And I'm 30.
Yeah.
You know, workouts can be free, they can be fun. They don't have to be at Equinox, they don't have to be at SoulCycle.
Right.
And you have the outdoors in wherever you are. It's been a few years now that I've really dedicated myself to working out, and what I want to really do is inspire other people.
So you meet up once a week.
Yeah, so I use social media. We'll post a flyer. It's open to whoever wants to show up, and it's totally random. Sometimes 5 people are there. Sometimes I've had hikes with almost 100 people.
Holy shit.
Look at this view.
Wow!
It was worth it, right?
Totally. So what made you choose hiking as kind of like that team activity sport? Is it because it's, I mean, obviously free and you have more space, or do you kind of have that like Cobra Fitness Club with other?
Well, I think that what was so special about using nature is that, yeah, it is for everybody. It's a great place to meet, and it's also just like, you can watch your progress as you're going up a hill. It's not a treadmill where you're just looking at a screen watching the miles go up. Here you're like, we just climbed up this mountain and this is our reward.
Yeah.
And we also could work on our tan, make some friends, you know, and bring it back to, you know, what we had before the internet.
So if I were to be part of Cobra Fitness Club, and I'm kind of like, you know, checking out the flowers and slacking, what would you do? Would you call me out?
You can go at your own pace. And the thing is, you work up to a faster pace. It's not like I'm gonna expect you to jog the whole mountain with me on your first hike.
Yeah.
On your second hike, though.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for someone in England, for example, that would want to start something, a project like you've done?
Basically, you need to have a consistent schedule. So once a week, every Friday, you're gonna go for a jog with your friends. Meet at a specific time and be consistent. So regardless of what happens, you still gotta show up. And then you build that. And sometimes I would host a hike and nobody came, but I knew at least I would get the workout.
Right.
So, you know, it's about keeping that consistency in your head. Also, it's important that you are welcoming of the people because, again, it is weird to meet strangers, and especially with the internet now and everybody is sort of awkward and doesn't want to like interact
Connect,
in real
yeah.
life. You know, you want to make sure to be welcoming to whoever might show up.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Is there a elevator down? I feel like I've learned so much this week. What I'm gonna take from it, like, you know, wellness is not necessarily a selfish thing or a personal thing. It's really about community and yeah, and connecting with others.
The currency of wellness is connection. We're connected with people, we're connected with the physical world, with the mental, emotional world, with our sense of the divine, all of those connections.
You know, speaking to all these different experts, it seems like there's just this one common message, you know, living in the present and being mindful.
Those kind of like little ripple effects, I feel are beautiful. Like that is how the world becomes a happier kind of place.
Dreamy Andy from Headspace. Call me. It seems like he built a really beautiful community around his philosophy of meditation. And overall, it feels like that's another common thing between all those people. It's a lot about balance. It's all good and we're all really into it, but you can't take it too far because it becomes unhealthy.
Wellness represents being kind to yourself, loving yourself in a balanced way.
Every single person we've spoken to kind of gave me a little bit of a hard time about being a smoker. So that kind of resonated with me. It's like, all right, I need to like kind of practice a little more self-love.
You gotta like talk to yourself nicer. Instead of saying to yourself, what's wrong with me? You have to be compassionate to yourself. Because that's the first way that you can start changing is when you really love yourself enough to say, I don't want to do this to myself.
I'm Camille Rowe, and next week, I maybe won't be smoking anymore. Maybe. I'm so well. I'm so well. Thanks for watching this series. It's the last day, and I feel real well. Well, I feel real well.